Which Hasbro Marvel Legends is the best action figure for 2024? X-Men 97 was a big hit for Marvel this year. Did the X-Men 97 figures dominate my 2024 top 10 Marvel Legends action figures? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking out my top 10 Marvel Legends for the year 2024. The Walmart exclusive Spider-Man Retro Wave Venom is one of the best Marvel Legends Venom because of the improved articulation and better looking sculpt. There are no holes on his shoulder, which was from the Omega Red shoulder pads. The good thing about the simple costume design of Venom is the sculpt of the figure won't hinder articulation. The figure comes with two heads, a closed mouth and an open mouth with tongue out, a pair of open palm expressive hands, and a pair of closed fist hands. An Eddie Brock head and some spiderweb accessories must be included to make this a perfect Venom action figure. It is probably not the last time that Hasbro will reissue and repaint this body mold because of the character's popularity among small kids. If you missed out on this one, don't worry. Let's hope that the paint won't bleed like this one when Hasbro decides to reissue a repaint of this figure next time. Although this is a good comic book representation of Venom, the lack of accessories and paint bleeding pulls this figure down to this position. Retro games from the 90s are back. November 2024 is the release of the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics for Nintendo Switch and PS4. I added some of the 6-inch Jada Toys Street Fighter action figures in my collection to recreate scenes from the arcade game. I assume other Marvel Legends collectors are also considering adding some of the Street Fighter figures to their collection. I'm unsure if it was intentional, but as part of the Sabu Build-A-Figure wave, Hasbro included a Capcom costume-inspired Cable. The figure can be a 1994 comic book Cable. However, his costume has both sleeveless arms. Even without Hasbro admitting this is Capcom Cable, it obviously is. The inkjet printed head sculpt is a standout, along with the pinless silver cybernetic arms. A letdown is he does not have an alternate head and he has only 4 hands, a pair of weapon holding hands, one open palm, and one closed fist hand. Cable is known for carrying huge firepower. This figure came with smaller weapons. These shortcomings are the reason why I can't rank him higher. Kicking off the celebrating 85 years of Marvel in my top 10 action figures for 2024 is the Superior Spider-Man. Though not utilizing the best articulated Spider-Man body mold, the figure looks great with the extra limbs or tentacles attached. The head with a black square design on the eyes was executed really well. His costume's messy black spiderweb lines design looks excellent despite of the inconsistent spacing of the pattern. He comes with a sufficient number of hands, 3 pairs, which is unusually generous of Hasbro. The open palm with sharp fingers is a must-have and Hasbro delivered. Doc Ock comes with an alternate head with an all-light silver eyes. The tentacles are made of light plastic with several points of articulation. The tentacles can hold light objects. It is a great figure, but I would like more for the price of the figure. I wonder why Hasbro did not include webbing accessories for Spider-Man figures. Even if the box art shows Spider-Man swinging with a web line, their figures rarely have them as accessories. In terms of how I came up with my top 10, I only considered figures I have in my collection. I do not have all 2024 Marvel Legends action figures. Besides the figure sculpt, articulation, and accessories, I considered whether the character is a must-add or sought after. I also took note whether their costume is comic book accurate or movie accurate. Now, continuing with the top 10. The Marvel Studios X-Men 97 is a big hit for 2024. The mutants are saving the MCU. Kevin Feige finally calls upon them to be the saviors of the MCU from the multiversal flop that has plagued Marvel Studios for several years now. It comes as no surprise that the X-Men 97 merchandise are sought after in the year 2024. The in-demand items include the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men 97 action figures. Wolverine and Rogue have been the standout figures of Wave 1. In this top 10, Jean Grey is one of the standout figures for Wave 2. Finally, a better-looking animated series accurate ponytail head sculpt. I was never fond of the ponytail head sculpt from the Love Triangle 3-pack because it is not that good. This new one, however, is outstanding and gorgeous. The inkjet printed face is a replica of how she looks in the animated show. One problem pointed out by the fans is how short and less curvy this figure was. Jean Grey is not tall. According to Marvel.com, she is just 5 feet 6 inches tall. However, in the eyes of most collectors, she should be taller. The action figure does not have an upper torso swivel, but a more seamless one-piece torso. Despite of this, she can still crunch forward and back really well. The curves are almost absent in this figure. Hasbro must be going for a more PG cartoon look. This figure cannot replace the Love Triangle 3-pack Jean Grey because of the lack of curves. However, she played a significant role in Season 1 of X-Men 97, making her a sought-after figure. Probably the best Build-A-Figure for 2024, Blackheart from the Strange Tales wave. It is a simple black plastic figure with a lot of sculpted details. The layering of his hair was brilliant. Instead of making it one solid, heavy hair, the layering added depth, especially with the paint wash on each strand. A perfect figure for displaying on a shelf, but not completely 100% for posing. Though the figure has a bendy wire tail, it does not bend enough to wrap around another figure. Sometimes it can be troublesome when displaying on a shelf because the tail eats a lot of space and knock down other action figures. The good thing Hasbro has been doing for the past years is their Build-A-Figure comes with an alternate pair of hands. Blackheart comes with a total of 4 hands. The open palms are expressive and can allow him to hold on to certain items. Rarely a smooth part can be seen in his body, so you must carefully handle the figure. For more details, check out my full review in my YouTube channel. A special mention for the other outstanding figures in the Strange Tales wave. Though not included in the top 10, these are impressive figures. The Helverine, for the flaming skull head and claws. Count Dracula has a new armor body that resembles Red Dragon scales. Too bad he is not a must-add figure, so I did not include him in the top 10. However, Hasbro put a lot of love and attention to detail into this figure. I created a playlist of the Strange Tales wave, hope you check it out. From the Hasbro Marvel Legends Retro Spider-Man wave, midway to the top 10 is Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider. Midway through 2024, this figure was selling like pancakes. Usually, collectors purchase 2 of these, and some even more. The old Scarlet Spider has more than tripled its price in the aftermarket, and collectors expect the same for this figure in the future. This figure is a clear upgrade from the old. He is in the new best articulated Spider-Man body mold, the Renew Your Bow Spider-Man, a combo of upper torso swivel and ab crunch that gives the figure a great range of torso articulation. At first, I assumed the plastic hoodie would hinder the torso articulation. It was a pleasant surprise that this was not the case. He articulates really well. An unmasked head sculpt of a blonde-haired Ben Reilly is missing though. He comes with sufficient alternate hands, wall-crawling open palm hands, closed fist hands, and web-twiddling hands. A webbing accessory would be nice, but as usual, Hasbro rarely add those. Hope you found this top 10 useful so far. If you do, I appreciate if you like this review and share it with your friends. For places where the figures are available, I left the links in the description below. Moving on to the next figure is the better half of Jean Grey, Scott Summers, Cyclops. This figure is so good because it has no cell shading and comes with an optic blast power effect, carrying over the good traits of the VHS X-Men animated series Cyclops. He is in the Vulcan body mold, double jointed pinless elbows and knees. The yellow straps are glued on, so there are no worries about those accessories from falling off. He comes with two heads, the angry optic blasting and smirking head. The smirking head looks like a young Cyclops, which some collectors complain about. He comes with 5 hands, overall a value for money in terms of accessories. Probably the best Hasbro Marvel Legends Cyclops by far. Have we seen the last of this? Probably not. Hasbro has yet to release an official Jim Lee 90s art Marvel Legends Cyclops. Only time will tell. Thanks to the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, Hugh Jackman finally wears the tiger stripe yellow costume. Thanks to Hasbro, it took only a short time until an MCU Wolverine Tiger Stripes action figure is added to our action figure collection. Last year's top 10, the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home action figures, took several months after the movie was released. But Hugh Jackman in the yellow and blue is now in action figure form in less than 6 months from the movie's release. The figure comes with 2 heads, a mask head, and a very good inkjet printed head resembling Hugh Jackman. It is stingy of Hasbro to provide only 4 hands. A pair of closed fist hands with his claws out, 1 open palm hand, and 1 closed fist hand. The detail and sculpt of the costume are excellent. The butterfly joints, however, are very limited in the range of movement. It does not let the figure's arm move further to the back. I could have ranked him higher, but the lack of accessories dragged him to this rank. Definitely, Hasbro will re-release this figure in his battle damage sleeveless costume. Will Hasbro get it out before the Marvel Select makes their MCU Wolverine with interchangeable arms available? Up next, completing the X-Men love triangle is Wolverine. Not in his 90s costume, but the astonishing X-Men costume. Celebrating 85 years of Marvel, Hasbro might have delivered the best articulated Wolverine. The recent best Wolverine, X-Men 97 Wolverine, was already good. But this new astonishing X-Men Wolverine is better with an upper torso swivel. The shoulder pads are not attached to his arms. This eliminates the problem where the shoulder pad goes out of place. It becomes upside down whenever Wolverine, X-Men 97, raises his arm. Thankfully, Wolverine comes with a pair of closed fist hands with good claws, not the flimsy ones. He has a total of 6 hands, a pair of closed fist hands with claws retracted, right open palm hand, and a left pointing hand. A good looking inkjet printed unmasked head sculpt with a neutral facial expression. This figure is a must-add for any X-Men collector, especially Wolverine collectors. Just like Cyclops, probably not the last time we've seen of this. Hasbro has yet to release a Jim Lee's 90s Marvel Legends Wolverine in this new body mold.
I'm Juggernaut!
The top action figure for my top 10 2024 Hasbro Marvel Legends action figures is Carol in her black bathing suit, the Warbird costume. The most sought after figure of 2024, beating Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider action figure. Collectors are buying multiples of her. Hasbro used a similar body mold for the Jean Grey of the Phoenix Force 2 pack. The big difference between the two is the upper torso. Jean Grey has a more defined curvy chest. The advantage of Ms. Marvel Warbird is she has sculpted boots and she has better head sculpts compared to Jean Grey. She comes with 2 heads with different hair designs. She comes with 2 pairs of hands, a closed and open palm expressive hands. For power effects, the classic swirly, soft, translucent plastic. It is a decent power effect, but isn't it time for Hasbro to release a newer effect? People are getting tired of this effect. Hasbro did a great job of improving the articulation of the female characters. She has an upper torso swivel with an ab crunch. Her articulation resembles the best articulated Spider-Man from the Renew Your Vows 2-pack, except she does not have a toe articulation. Special mention to Jean Grey and the Phoenix Force 2-pack. She is a good figure. In the comments of my review, someone said that the head was just too goofy. The smiling head sculpt is gorgeous, but it does not feel like Jean Grey Phoenix to me. It is not my preferred look for her. The Mafex Phoenix is better at representing her comic book look. This Hasbro Marvel Legends Jean Grey is somewhat a mix of things, a homage to the Toy Biz figure, modern colors, and some classic touch. It reminds me of the Retro Apocalypse, which is not entirely an animated series and not entirely an X-Factor comic book based figure. These reasons made me exclude her from the top 10. That is my 2024 top 10 Hasbro Marvel Legends action figures. Let me know in the comments below whether you agree. Did I miss out a figure deserving of the top 10? Which figure do you have and what makes it the best for 2024? I have other action figure ranking videos in my channel. Hope you check out the playlist on the top right of the screen for more. For a more detailed review of each figure, I also created a playlist. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this top 10 useful. If you do, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. A Merry and safe Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year. All the best for 2025 and hope to see you on the next one.